Hello and welcome to the CSN3M Mindset Monday podcast. I'm Andrew Wade with Case Specific Nutrition. On this channel, we focus on the 3 M's: mindsets, myth busting, and mentoring, all as they pertain to health and nutrition. Today's episode is brought to you by Case Specific Meal Prep, our very own in-house meal prep and delivery service. These meals are dietitian approved and chef inspired, delivered fresh and straight to your door every week. Check out CSNPGH.com for more information and make sure you place your order by Thursdays at noon. Before we hop into today's episode, I want to make sure you take a minute, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe on this channel. Make sure you get to stay up to date with all the content that we're pushing out on a weekly basis. Also, share with a friend or loved one. Do your part, hashtag spread the health for us, so you can do your part in spreading health and wellness information the right way to those that you care about most. And one final announcement, we're really excited to present to you the Case Specific Nutrition merch site. If you go to casespecificnutrition.com, we have now our apparel and our very own in-house Daily Whey protein powder available through Shopify that we can deliver straight to you. Check out our hoodies, check out our newest peanut butter flavored Daily Whey, and you can get there by casespecificnutrition.com and clicking apparel or clicking protein powder. If you want to stay in touch with us, make sure you follow us at Case Specific Nutrition on all social media and casespecificnutrition.com as that home base to get in contact with us. Today's episode is about the long road journey. I like to call it the road trip mindset. And this is a really important mindset that I've found to be valuable, not just in the realm of nutrition, not just in the realm of health, but really almost anything that we're trying to accomplish. So think of this as sort of a success conversation. I want you to, as you're listening to this, try and apply it to something that you're currently dealing with in your life, that you feel like you're trying to get somewhere. You've set a goal for something and it feels like it's a long road ahead. It's something that's going to require patience. It's something that's going to require persistence. This is a mindset that you can adopt that allows that process to take place so that you can be focused on what you're doing, not necessarily where you're going. So the road trip mindset, I use this a lot with my clients that are trying to lose weight or on what I like to call a health journey. So say you have a client that's 400 pounds, right? Extra body fat as a result of years of not taking care of him or herself, feeling the inflammation, the beat up body, all of those issues that have made them want to make that change. And the road ahead they have in front of them is big changes in habits that have existed for a long period of time, alongside a gradual process that is the weight removal, right? This isn't something that happens quickly and aggressively. And to be fair, it shouldn't happen quickly and aggressively if it's going to last, if it's going to stick, and if it's actually going to support the health and well-being of the individual. And so we have this long journey, and at times it can be intimidating, especially if we are focused on where we're going, right? And so I like to think of this as a road trip. When you're on the road, heading to a destination, going 70 miles an hour, clear road, no traffic, all that good stuff, you're just riding along. Things feel really, really good. Things feel really, really easy. And you plug in your GPS where you're going, that destination that you're trying to get to, and you get to see as you're making this great progress, the ETA is getting shorter and shorter. You're going to get there faster and faster, and it gets really motivating. It gets really exciting, and you're just cruising along, listening to music, doing your thing. Flat tire. And if we translate this back to a health and wellness mindset, a flat tire is getting sick or getting injured. Something that interrupts your flow, something that pulls you off to the side of the road. And what's interesting is in health and wellness, that's when a lot of people actually give up. They go, I can't do this, and they turn around. But on a road trip, we don't give up, do we, right? We get out of the car, we change that tire. But what's really important is while you're changing that tire, and this is an important thing to hear, you're still on that journey. You may not be making the progress that you were. You may not be watching that ETA go down and closer and closer. That ETA might be getting a little bit farther away, right? As you're not going 70 miles an hour towards the destination, but you're actually sitting in place trying to get back to it. But the key here is that that is a part of the journey. That is an inevitable aspect of a road trip. There's going to be things that get in the way. Whether it's a flat tire, whether it's construction, whether it's an accident that reroutes you and forces you to adapt and adjust and change. The journey itself is riddled with obstacles that we don't anticipate, we don't expect. But what doesn't change is where we're going. The only thing that changes is really the path we may have to take to get there and the time that it may take to get there. But if you're focused on the journey itself, driving when the road is clear, changing the flat tire when the tire gets flat, rerouting when that's what the accident in the tunnel's forcing you to do, stopped in construction while you're waiting for the road to get repaved. All of those things are things that you can deal with in the moment. And if you focus on that obstacle, you will get around that obstacle and you will find that 70 mile an hour cruising, sailing once again. And you will get to that destination. So from a health and wellness perspective, or from a success perspective, if you're someone that's trying to start a business or trying to change a career, right? There's always that destination in mind. There's always where you're trying to go, what you're trying to accomplish. And along the way, there's going to be the trip that you know you have to take, the things you know you have to do to get there. But then there's also going to be all of the unanticipated things, the obstacles along the way that you don't know about until they show their face. And success doesn't come from forcing yourself to, grin and bear it. It actually is from adaptation. It's from acknowledging, bringing yourself into center, focusing on what the task ahead is, right? What am I dealing with right now? Allowing yourself to work through that obstacle, and then finding yourself on the other side so that you can resume. And this is a really important mindset for all things, but especially for those of you that are on a longer journey. This is how you pace yourself. This is how you set yourself up so that you can actually arrive at your destination. Because what happens is your mindset becomes bulletproof, right? You get to a point where these obstacles no longer become defeating scenarios. They just become the next part of a process, the next thing on this journey, the next part of this road trip. And so make sure you take some time today and reflect on this. What are the road trips you're currently taking in your life, whether it be your personal health, whether it be your professional development, whether it be your social development, your relationship, whatever it is. But take a moment and look at the journey that you have mapped out. Identify the destination you're trying to get to. But then more importantly, once you've identified that destination, take a step back and say, where am I at in that road trip? Where am I at in that journey? What are the obstacles I'm currently facing? And let's recognize that these obstacles are expected. They're supposed to exist. They're a part of the journey. And what's funny is just like when you get to your destination, and as you're reflecting back and you're telling the person that you met up with at the destination, oh my gosh, traffic was crazy when I got here, right? Or like, oh man, we got stopped in this, or I had a flat tire along the way. That will also be true for whatever your actual life journey is, whether it's a weight loss journey, right? You're gonna look back and be like, man, I lost X pounds, and yeah, I had to change this about my eating, and I had to reevaluate my relationship with my movement, and I had to reconnect some of my habits, and I'm closer with new people, and I've gotten distant from other people because of the things that I wanted to change about my life. The journey itself is what tells the story. And the journey itself is what you're going to be most proud of, right? At the end of the day, a successful business person doesn't have a ton of pride in where they're at successfully because of where they're at. It's because of what they had to do to get there, right? A bodybuilder doesn't step on stage at 3% body fat simply proud of where they currently are. They're proud of what they had to do to get there. Right? Someone who went from being diabetic and could barely move to being someone that's running 5Ks and at the park with their kid, they're not necessarily just proud of where they are, but they're proud of the journey they had to take to get there. The journey itself is the joy. It's the lessons learned. It's where we become stronger. It's where we become more us. And so if you can work on embracing your journey, dealing with the flat tires as they come, dealing with the construction as it comes, not only will you get to your destination, but you will be extremely proud of what it took for you to get there. And that's something that you can wear on your shoulder and be really proud of. So Take some time today, think about the journeys that you're going on in life, and try and identify what are your roadblocks and obstacles, and are you stepping into them and realizing that they're a natural part of this journey, or are you allowing them to create excuses and set you up to feel like this is why I can't succeed, or this is why I can't go forward. Definitely some food for thought. Until next week, this is what I got for you. So we will be back with another Mindset Monday. Hope you found today's thoughts helpful. And as always, stay in touch with us, Case Specific Nutrition. Make sure to leave comments below, and we'll look forward to hearing from you.